The history of Monkey D. Dragon. Kuma and Dragon relationship. Kuma's Bible theory. Let's look at the real-life scenario. In some religions, people literally sacrifice themselves for their god. I think it's the same case with Kuma and Dragon. I think Kuma sacrificed himself for Dragon and didn't think once about it. In the Bible, I think there were missions Kuma had to do and locations/map he had to send the SH to when he met them. The reason I think he carried the Bible mainly was to help him remember his god/leader and Dragon, because his memory was being erased bit by bit and becoming a robot, and that's how he was able to save the SH. Along with Vegapunk's possible programming. Why I think Dragon is the strongest in Op Easily? I believe Dragon is the strongest character in Op Easily. When has Oda hyped up a character so much and didn't deliver? The way I see it, one Yonko couldn't put a dent in the WG, so Dragon and his forces has to be larger and stronger than a Yonko. Most people won't agree with me, but when it comes down to taking out the WG is taking out key major facilities and beating admirals. WB damaged Marineford but didn't kill one admiral honestly. Notice all of Dragon's attacks come from the sky, not the palm of his hands. Keep reading and I'll sum up how powerful he is overall and his strength and weakness. Dragon strength. Overall strength. Breakdown. Dragon. 1. Op Devil Fruit, Wind, Storm, Climate, Mythical Human Model Zeus. 2. Haki equal or stronger than Shanks. 3. Physical hand-to-hand combat. Prime Garp. 4. Rokoshiki/Ra techniques on an island wide. Side note, Dragon is not a dragon because crocodile isn't a crocodile, it's just a name, and that would be cliché and not Oda's style. Also, when he did the wind and lightning, he had no time to turn into this mythical dragon people speaks of, but because his face was shown before and after. I think he has a mythical zone human model that allows him to control the weather, and that's why he's known as the world's strongest thing. Offense. I see Dragon offense being beastly because his DF will be a small aspect of his power. If we look at Luffy and Garp, those dudes are physical monsters and they hit really hard, so I'd imagine him being around Prime Garp in hand-to-hand combat. Also, when he gets serious, that's where his DF comes in. I imagine him being able to control a ton of elements: wind, lightning, rain. Well, the too much for one DF. What's the downside of this DF? Answer. Let's use L for example. He can use lightning from the palm of his hands. In Dragon's case, he can use no elements from his hand. He has to manipulate the sky to bring forth these elements. I imagine natural lightning from the sky being 10x more powerful than Enel's lightning. Just think of Dragon as weather god and think of his lightning as being God's wrath. Dragon's Haki. The people with the biggest names often has this power. Silver's Rayleigh. I not only believe Dragon has Haki, but I believe he has the strongest Haki in the world. This man stands at one of the highest position in the world, being the leader of a faction that is supposed to oppose the WG. Think about the term Haki, it basically means willpower. Dragon has to have immense willpower to face the WG. He has to have immense willpower to change the world. After Luffy used his King's Haki, Vice Admiral Doberman said it doesn't surprise him Luffy's his Haki because he is the son of Dragon. Then he tells Fodder Marines to eliminate him now because he will become a threat simply because of his King's Haki. After Luffy used King's Haki, Ivankov said, "There's no mistaking it, he has your blood, Dragon." Luffy using King's Haki was basically confirmation to Ivankov that Luffy was Dragon's kid. Garp said he was born with it as well. Again, this doesn't hint to how powerful Dragon's Haki is. But it hints towards him having it. Because in order for Garp to say this, he had to be expecting Luffy to have it. And in my opinion, he expected Luffy to have it because Dragon has it. That's the only logical explanation. So note, also Garp and Luffy has Haki, so it's only logical he has Haki. assuming the guy in the tourney is Sabo. In the last chapter he showcased somewhat impressive hockey. He is only a subordinate to a much bigger man in Monkey D. Dragon. I hope you guys are getting my point a little. Defense. I think Dragon has the best defense in Up, and that's the appeal to the wind part of his DF. Imagine him being Kuma X10 in terms of defense. When he met Smoker in Logtown, Smoker couldn't even stay on his feet. He was blown away easily from Dragon, and I imagine it being casual and he could have waste-talented Logtown if he wanted. I think all long-range attacks are useless against Magma, Light, Ice, Poison. All those attacks will be redirected or repelled when uses against strong winds. Even Kazuha's speed is much slower going against strong winds, like what Dragon showcased in Logtown. Only way I see of facing Dragon is close-range combat, and if he's anything like Garp and Luffy, he has the advantage. Also in close-range combat, Dragon can spam wind and lightning because those stuff doesn't come out of his hands, they come out the sky. So the best chance of beating Dragon is close-range combat, in which he's elite going off the family trend. If Dragon is this powerful, why hasn't he brought down the WG, right? There are 3 phases to beating the WG. 1. Converting nations to the Ra and exposing the truth about the WG. 2. Positioning his commanders all over the world. 3. Waiting for the right moment. Phase 1. Currently the civilians see the WG as saviors or basically gods, and Dragon is basically a villain. So what Dragon wants to do first is expose the past about the WG so people could change their perspective about them. Because if he just goes and takes them on, he might change who rules the world if he beats them. But he would have done it a way that people don't change their perspective of him being a bad guy. Also, by exposing the dirt the WG is hiding, he gets nations to rebel against them. Dragon has commanders in key facilities all over the world. Remember, Ivankov told Luffy the time wasn't right for her to break out. So I imagine Snakes being even in the WG. And when the time is right, the commanders will make their move and mess with the WG key facilities. A counter-argument to this is that Ivankov is too weak to break out of Impel Down. But I don't think that was her job. Her job was to start rebellion in ID like Luffy did, and he might have sent stronger commanders to help take out Magellan. This is the tactical part of Dragon. I remember when WB died, Marineford was left alone and all admirals were gone. They were all across the world stopping pirates from killing civilians. WB also said when the ARP is found, there will be a war all over the world. So my opinion is when ARP is found, the WG will dispatch admirals all across the world, meaning all of their forces are spreaded, unlike how it was versus WB where all the admirals are present. Why is Dragon the most wanted man in the world? The Goros, they had him kill and destroy her just for learning about the Void Century. Dragon is the world's most wanted man because he knows about the Void Century, just like Professor Clover. But unlike Clover, he's a threat because he has the forces and power to expose them and destroy them. I see there being an intelligence agency. They have their own headquarters and was interested in Robin. I also believe Dragon can hear the voice of all things, like Luffy. Another reason the WG fears him. Marijoy is located in the sky and in between the clouds, not confirmed. If Dragon has a storm DF and he decides to attack there, he'll be unstoppable and he would bring the WG to their knees. That's partly the reason for him being the world's most wanted man. They also fear he because he has to be charismatic like Luffy to get a following as large as his following. Think about what Mihawk said about Luffy. He's the most dangerous man on the sea because of his ability to make people like him and ally with him. And the same thing I think can be said with Dragon. Conclusion: keep in mind that a lot of this is speculation in my opinion. So comment and tell me the areas you disagree with, and also come up with your ideas whether it be past or dragon and Sabo relationship, basically anything related to dragon.